I recently made a big switch from Canon for a lot of years over to Sony with this A7 III. I also have a backup A6500 that I'm shooting this on right now. I'm used to a bigger camera, especially a gripped camera or like a 1D series, and I cannot get used to my pinky falling off this thing. I don't like how small it is. I didn't want a battery grip because I love the compact size. I just wanted to add a little bit of something extra. The one that Sony makes is expensive. To put your camera on a tripod, you have to take the extension off. You also have to take the extension off to change the battery, so that was pretty dumb. I wasn't going to buy the Sony, but Smallrig makes an option that I really liked. This is the Smallrig 2122 with the L bracket, the Arca Swiss L bracket, and it's got the Arca Swiss tripod. I don't use Arca Swiss myself, but that could be super handy. But mainly, I wanted it just to have this little bit of an extension for the battery grip. It's also got this slidable extension rail with a bunch of 1/4-20s. I could see that being handy for doing video stuff. This is removable, and I was going to remove that for my purposes. It's also got this nice built-in storage on the bottom. It's a magnetic thing for your tool. It's not toolless, but at least has that. And it's completely open on the bottom for your battery door. But I thought this was going to be the perfect fix for me to add just a little bit more space for my pinky, not be a battery grip, still be pretty compact, and then I thought this could be super handy when I go into video mode. So as you can see, I've got small hands, but I'm still right in between where my pinky knuckle wants to fall off the bottom of this dude. So that's kind of an issue. So insert the Smallrig, and all my problems are solved, right? Well, I thought this was going to be the perfect setup. My biggest problem with this is the bottom of this has this weird bulge where it doesn't keep the same contour as the grip of the camera itself. So these fingers are here, and my pinky is this super awkward. It has to grip way out farther than the others. It's kind of hard to explain, but so this 2122 is 59 bucks. Pretty good deal. After using it for like one day, I decided I can't deal with it. It defeats the purpose of making the camera more comfortable. It just makes it miserable to hold, so I had to get something different. So here's the reason I chose to return the 2122 and pick up this 2236. This bracket is not only going to give me my extension that I want on the bottom of the camera, but it also adds the cage functionality for doing video. For those of you that do video and stills with your A-series camera, and you're looking for something modular that you can add handles on and things, but you can also remove all that and go minimalist with just an added grip to the bottom of your camera, this is by far the best choice, I think. This is what you get. Little disclosure, this cold shoe is not included with the 2236 when you buy it. That's a Smallrig cold shoe that I bought separately, and then this is a Smallrig NATO rail to put a handle or anything NATO on top of that. Just like the 2122, this does have the Arca Swiss rails built into it, so if you use Arca Swiss tripods, this would be a great option for you. This L bracket can be extended out just like the other one, and you can remove it completely. The great thing is I've added this NATO rail, and I can snap on my handle right there, and I've got a nice little run and gun setup. With the L bracket on here, I could throw my microphone on here. I could throw cable supports on here. It's just a nice little run and gun setup. It's still small enough that I can remove my top handle, and this still goes on my gimbal just fine. It's got 1/4-20 thread centered on the bottom of it, so you can throw this whole deal right onto a tripod. Let me show you what it looks like with the camera mounted. As you can see, it gives me the perfect grip. Now you can see it with the L bracket and everything on. The other thing I love about it, just like the 2122, you've got magnetic space to keep your wrench to take it on and off. As you can see, this contours perfectly with the grip of the camera. It's got a button right here that you hit, and this deal drops open so you can access your battery just fine. Drop it back in place. So I'll go ahead and remove the half cage part of it. It's just got these two screws right in front. And it comes off. So the other upgrade from the 2122 is this has a lot better lip right here on the front, so it just cradles the camera perfectly. It's also got rubber things on the bottom that keep it from sliding or twisting, since it's only got one mounting point to the camera. But yeah, this is basically what you're left with. Like I said, the contour here with the camera body is almost perfect. I've ordered some rifle grip tape that I'm going to put on, but the texture and everything should almost match the body, and it'll give it a better feel. It feels great as is. I mean, the 2122 with that thingy that stuck out, I could not handle that, and this is 10 times better. It does add some weight to the whole setup, but it's not bad. I mean, it's still probably lighter than the 5Ds with battery grips that I've been used to shooting with, and the 1D series Canons. So the price of this thing is $90 versus the $60 with the 2122. In my opinion, if you're like me and you shoot stills and video with your Sony A-series cameras, this 2236 is by far the best choice. You can strip it down and you've got just the perfect size grip to make your A7 a lot more comfortable in your hand for shooting stills. Then you can throw the half cage on. You've got a nice modular system to run a gun to do video work with, and the whole thing is still a nice compound package, and it's modular, so you can add just as much or take away just as much as you want to work with. So it's still small form enough that you can throw it on a gimbal, throw it on a tripod. Of course, Smallrig has a million different accessories you can rig it out with. If you are a still shooter and you're just wanting the extension at the bare minimum price, you can do it. You know, the 2122 is not a terrible option. I cannot handle the way it feels in my hand. In my opinion, it's worth the extra $30 just to get this thing with a better shape to it. Obviously, if you do only stills, you may take the L bracket off and the rest of this cage part of it. You may throw those things in the trash that may be of no use to you. But like I said, for me, just to get the shape of this that actually matches the camera is worth it. But there you go, you've got the 2122 L bracket for $60 and you've got the 2236 for $90. I purchased both on eBay, and I'm extremely happy that I chose to send back the 2122 and order this 2236. It will save me money in the long run. It gives me the perfect setup for stills, and it keeps me from buying a separate cage for video. It's kind of a two-in-one deal. So I want to do a real quick follow-up on the ending of this. I've got my grip tape on here, and as you can see right down here, it's a pretty close match, I mean, to the original body texture. It's not identical by any means, but it's kind of a rubbery, it's got a little bit of a soft feel to it, but it gives you a lot better grip in the hand for sure. Makes everything feel a little better. Couple little pieces on the bottom there. When I set it down, it just keeps it from sliding a little bit, and then I just covered up the Smallrig here I didn't like how the white lettering stuck out. Just make everything a little more incognito, but I will add a link to where I bought that on Amazon, and that's how it turned out. I'm real happy with it. I hope this video helps someone that may be looking for either a minimalist cage for their A-series Sony cameras, or is just looking for a little extension grip that doesn't want to go a full battery grip, to keep their still camera set up as compact as possible. If you have any questions, reach out and I will answer in the comments, or if it's something that needs more in-depth explaining, I'd love to make a video to answer your question. If you found this helpful and you'd like to see more review type videos like this, let me know and I'll try to get more of those things out. If you have any suggestions on something to review, let me know and I'll see if I can make it happen. If you appreciate the work I put into this, hit subscribe anyway, because you won't be pounded with notifications. If you want to see more of my videos as they come out, be sure to hit that bell. I try to keep these videos coming as much as I possibly can. Thanks again for watching.